Good morning, how are you? Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I guess it depends on what time zone you're in, but I'm glad that you are here. Hi, Callie. Good morning. I am so excited because I feel actually prepared today. I was able to get up early, get ready, get everything ready. My camera's working, my streaming camera right here is working. And I have music running, and I really put together a playlist this time of royalty-free music, so we are in the safe zone. I realized that during the last stream, well, really the day after the last stream, that my royalty-free music I had picked out had run its course and then auto-played something else, so I actually got a copyright claim on my last stream, but thankfully it's not a strike, so whew, in the clear. But that motivated me to put together an actual playlist for this stream and future streams. So finally I have done the deed and made a royalty-free playlist for us to listen to. Starting out with some smooth jazz because it is quite early, at least for me, and so I thought that this would be a nice soothing way to kick off the morning. And then of course we have our book here all ready to go, and I got partially done with coloring the previous page. It honestly was such a busy, I'll go ahead and uncover it. It's not much of a surprise, but it got so busy. One sec, let me turn this down the slightest bit. There we go. What did you have for breakfast? I didn't eat anything. I have tea. Tea. I have a giant mug of tea. This is a massive cup of tea for me to sip on during this. I'm trying to cut back on caffeine because I think I overdid it this past week. I had way too much. I was like drinking energy drinks every day, sometimes with coffee, and I think I just went way too far with energy drinks. I was like getting the jitters and feeling super uncomfortable, so I'm dialing it back, trying to get healthy again, even drinking water, which is not something I do enough. So I also have a water bottle here, and I'm going to try to be healthy. Tea is delicious. I had some ramen. Ramen sounds really good right now. I love ramen. It's like a guilty pleasure food, I think. I love it. I don't have any, but I would like to have some. Callie, if you want to stop by and drop off some ramen, that'd be amazing. Right, so for this page, this wonderful yet quite involved page we have here. So you probably can tell already that it's only partially colored. So I think like for our warm-up today, what might work. Oh, you're on your way. Wonderful. I look forward to it. So for the warm-up today, I think we can just finish coloring this and we can talk a little bit about our characters, our plot, our story, or just whatever we want to talk about this morning. And before we get into a new page, and I think that we had some pretty exciting plot devices that we talked about in the previous stream, so I'm really curious to see which of those we'll like embrace and where we're really going to take this. I know, sorry, I keep adjusting the music. If it gets too low or too loud, let me know. I'm trying to find the sweet spot. Yeah, this page was just a lot. I spent the last 2 days after work just inking it. And then last night I was trying to color it, and I reached a point where I realized I really needed to go to bed so I could have some energy for today. So I guess we can start coloring. You had ramen for breakfast. What time, just curious, what time is it where you live, Callie? We can start here. This is the mint green. We might use is that for his tail? It's 9 a.m. hee hee. Okay, so yeah, it's 9. You've got a little bit of a head start on me. It's only 7 a.m. here where I am. So I'm just gonna put in some of these sleek green highlights for his tail feathers, because you know how like feathers are so kind of like, I don't know, is iridescent the word? Is it iridescent? I'm gonna go with that. They feel kind of, they look kind of iridescent, and like from a certain angle as you like move them around, they have like all the sheen of different colors in them, kind of like an oil spill, as unappealing as that is. I slept in a bit. I did not, but I appreciate that you did. It is Saturday, and it's the, if any day is the day to sleep in, today, Saturday is the day to sleep in. And enjoy the kickoff to your weekend. And then our guy here, Dr. Crow. You can't tell, but I did already color like his jacket white. Wherever I needed white in the panel or in the page, I kind of already went through it with a white colored pencil. So at least that part's already done, even though it's kind of invisible. It is there. Oil spills are too pretty to be what they are. That is so true. Good morning, Deadlight Switch. How are you? We are coloring, well, as our warm-up today, we are going to finish coloring the previous page. And I am currently working on Dr. Crow up here in his, what's the word? You could almost call it like his headshot, sort of. It's like a bust, really. It's like shoulder, like chest up a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna color in this page as we get warmed up and rolling, and then we will start devising what we're putting in the next page. What are you up to this morning, Deadlight Switch? Is it like 7 a.m. for you, 9 a.m. for you, 10 a.m. for you? What time? And I'm gonna follow up with Callie's question that she asked me earlier. What did you have for breakfast? Gotta remember to make eye contact here, because I keep looking down the chat because I'm expecting to see your guys' words, but really I need to look into the camera so that you guys can see me making eye contact with you. Working on that part. Page looks great so far. Thank you. Yeah, it was quite a bit of work. I mean, just this panel in the center has 11 characters in it, so it was a lot to get done, but I think that it's a fun page, so it's enjoyable work. It's work, but it's enjoyable work. I think we need a little 10 a.m. for you, and you haven't done much. You ate a granola bar. Hey, that is a good way to start a Saturday. Just taking it easy and having a little snack. Nothing wrong with that. I was telling Callie, I finally got my stuff together and made a royalty-free playlist for these streams, because the last video, even though I had picked out a royalty-free song for it, it ran its course, and I didn't realize when YouTube like auto-played something else that was not royalty-free, and I got a copyright claim on the last stream. So now I am doing my due diligence. I have been sort of motivated to put together a proper playlist for these live streams. So that's what we're listening to now. I went through, I started to realize, like, I've been naming all of these live streams sort of the same thing, like when I launch them, because I don't know what they're going to be about or like when we go into this. This is totally, like, ad-libbed and candid, so we sort of make it up as we go. So I just kind of titled them the same thing, you know, like, Draw Live with PerryPictures. But I went back through my live stream playlist, because now we've got, like, a decent number under our belts. And yes, YouTube sabotaging me with that autoplay. It's so true. You gotta watch out for that. It'll get ya. But yes, I have decided that on top of being more proactive with the music, I would also retroactively, depending on like what the stream sort of turns into and what we talk about on the stream, go back and name them something like key that happened in the stream, so that if anybody ever wants to like go back and revisit something, like maybe they had a really big part in a stream that they wanted to rewatch, they would be able to find it just by looking at like these new titles. So you don't have to remember which random photo of my face it was. I also feel kind of bad because I put up these pictures, right, as my thumbnails, because you always want to have a really good clickable thumbnail. So I put up like my best pictures, and then I roll into these streams right out of bed, and like I'm wearing like sweaters and hoodies, and my hair's a mess, and then pigtails are braided and not looking anything like the photo. It's like a bait and switch. But that's the true nature of things. We're not all glam getting out of bed in the morning. It takes time and effort. Trying to build up a little bit of contrast here. It's kind of tricky with this part, with Dr. Crow, because, you know what, I can put the riser up here so you guys can see better, like, what I'm actually working on. Is that better? Oh, that's so much better. You can't see the whole page, but you get a much better view of the actual drawing. Greetings, it's Lash Day. Hi, Edric, how are you? You are so prompt. You always come to the streams and you're always here early. Good morning. What is Lash Day? What is Lash Day? I don't know what that is. No, Perry, it's a photo of you, so I see no issue. I think it has a homemade feel, like we're all just hanging out. That is so accurate. Like, and I enjoy that part of it too. Like, just being able to hang out with you guys and draw, because like this is definitely something I could do by myself, but it's so much more fun when I do it with you guys. Plus there's that whole random element of like, what will we get? What will we make? Like, I don't know. And I don't have to have this very serious plot or characters that I'm building layers upon layers upon layers, and just all this depth that may never see the surface. I'm collaborating with you guys, and we're borrowing your characters, and we get to make whatever story we want. So all of that is just a lot more enjoyable, in my opinion. I mean, you know, to each their own, but I'm enjoying it, so I appreciate you guys being here. It definitely makes it way more fun. Give him a little bit of a chin shadow here, just under the mask. If we can make that a little bit darker. I'm trying to be careful too with building up. I don't want to press too hard on the page, because I've started to notice, do you see all this? Like the lines are transferring on future pages, like the pressure is going through the book, and the ink that was literally printed into the book for these panels is transferring onto the opposite pages because of that pressure. So I gotta be careful. Although I don't think it's a huge deal, because we're gonna draw over and color over it anyway, so I don't think that those small impressions are gonna really hurt us that much. But all the same, I'm just trying to carefully build up the color instead of just pressing down so hard, which is more of like me just not being very patient than anything. Okay, so now while I have this black colored pencil in my hand, I can go ahead and color our cat, Zelda here. Doing what cats do and just stretching and being completely carefree and unbothered by the whole situation. I wasn't sure at first, like when I drew this, I was thinking about putting these two characters in silhouette, Candy with a K, Candy the Kangaroo, and Zelda the cat in silhouette, but it didn't make too much sense to do that to them and then leave all these guys fully detailed and in color. So I guess what I'm saying is I decided not to silhouette them. The cat will still look like a silhouette because it's a black cat, but our Candy will be just as colorful as Candy Lamity here. So we have Candy with a K and Candy Lamity. Okay. Where else do I need to use this color? I also tried to be a little bit more conscientious of putting my pencils away, like these ones that are banded together. These are my background colors, my setting colors. So I've got like the wagon color brown in here, and I've got my tree and bush color greens, sky color, grass color, things like that. Trying to save time, trying to and also to not have to hunt for these and question and scratch in the corner somewhere to see if the color matches what's in the previous panel. So I don't know about you guys, but for me, this is actually a long holiday weekend, and I'm wondering if you guys also are having a long 3D weekend. Like, does anybody else in the chat have Monday off? Because I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty glad to have a long weekend. I'm not going to turn down a long weekend, that's for sure. What was I trying to do with this? Oh, I wanted to sharpen this one. Pencil sharpener, brush bin. You have Monday off to Deadlight Switch? That's awesome. Do you have plans for Monday, or are you just going to use that time for some R&R? You don't get it off, Callie, but I do have Mardi Gras break coming up, Louisiana moment. That's great. You guys get a break for that? That's terrific. How soon is that? I don't really know what season that is, to be honest. Let me see if I can... You don't know what you're gonna do for for your Monday, your long weekend? Is that just for Monday, or do you have plans for like today or tomorrow, or is the whole thing just like winging it? Parade started last night, but actual break is the week after this coming one. Oh. So it is in season right now. That's cool. I went to Louisiana in, I think the end of 2020. It wasn't for like Mardi Gras or anything. It was very much just I always wanted to see Louisiana Mardi Gras side. I think that like it's just so cool and charming. Hi, what's up, Pilfer? How are you this morning? I mean, you guys, this architecture, the food, the music, everything there is pretty remarkable. You know, like in or off season. So, making vegan ice cream this morning. What flavor? I feel like vegan is just like it's not a flavor. What flavor vegan ice cream? What is animal flavor? That's an ice cream flavor? Vanilla, okay. Okay. Say, wow, vegan, animal. I'm not sure I'm seeing some compatibility there. Yes, I love our culture. Did you go to New Orleans? Even though I live in Louisiana, New Orleans is still a lot of fun. I did, yeah, I went to New Orleans. I did like a riverboat tour. I also drove a little bit outside of the city to do a swamp tour, which was really cool because I got to see some alligators like up close. It was really awesome. Pilfer putting vegans inside his ice cream. No, Deadlight Switch, what? Oh no! Somebody talk to Pilfer, set him straight. You can't do that. So I know that the background can sometimes be like the boring part or the part that just seems sort of laborious. Yeah. But it's such a like satisfying part of the artwork too, though, when you can put your characters in a setting. And I know that this setting is super basic. We just have some trees, some bushes, some grass, some sky, and a little bit of road here. But even that sometimes can be a lot, like when you're trying to figure out like the angle or the perspective. And I feel like with nature, and the reason why I wanted to start this comic with a nature sort of setting, there's a lot of like leeway and a lot of forgiveness when it comes to getting things right, because organic things are not perfectly angled or symmetrical, and we have a little bit of wiggle room. But then when it comes to picking colors, you know, we have such a colorful cast of characters that getting the colors right for this scene was a little bit of a I don't want to say like a puzzle. Puzzle doesn't seem to be quite the right word, but I'm going to go with it because it's early and I'm still tired. But things like this, where I have red for the road, and like really this is kind of a yellow-green. It's like, it's called bronze yellow. It's not even a green yellow, it's bronze yellow, that I'm using for grass. And we can kind of like get away with using weird colors like that sometimes when we're trying to create color variety, because otherwise everything would be brown and green. The trees, the bushes, the bark, the street, the grass, everything would be brown and green. So I got to be a little bit unusual with my color selection here, but it doesn't read that way, right? Like it reads perfectly, like we buy that. We buy that that's the road. We buy that that's the grass, even though we're using red and yellow, right? It's just funny how that works sometimes, and I thought that that was interesting and something worth looking at and noting, because I had these characters when I started out, these guys. And I just didn't want to bury them in like a huge block of green. Like all of this could have been brown and green, like just green, brown, green, 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 brown. all of it. And that would have been not as fun to look at. So switching up some colors, making those color choices in the very beginning, and like the brown wagon as well. I had to do something. I had to use some variety. So we are coloring our grass yellow for that reason. We're using a bronze yellow. And we are coloring our street red for that reason. Oh. Use that vegan teacher first. I'm just kidding. Don't eat people. Callie! Come on! Don't encourage it! Oh my gosh, what has this stream turned into this morning? I know we like to talk about baking and cooking and stuff on this channel, but at this rate, we're gonna turn into Hansel and Gretel's Wicked Witch in the Candy House. Did I break this? This pencil did not sharpen well. It's kind of turned out a little bit choppy. Let me try again. Grab my sharpener and try again. Of course, Deadlight Switch is encouraging it. I mean, you did start it, so. I will say I am by no means a colored pencil expert. Literally just like just going in one direction with this pencil, trying to be as even with my pressure as possible. Not doing anything special or any special techniques. Just hoping it turns out fine. And so far we've been fine. Don't put people in ice cream, it's very bad. Yes, exactly. Callie, you tell them. I was actually, can you guys see this like little lily bee from the side here? I was super happy. I'm not sure if that's like really how her silhouette should look, but for me, not knowing that, being a little bit ignorant of whatever her silhouette really is, I was super happy with this one. I don't know why, it pleased me, it tickled my funny bone or whatever. Yeah, I just really liked the way her profile turned out in this panel. I thought it was super cute. It gives us a little bit of a sense of like her size relative to the other characters too. Oh, thank you, Pilfer. That's reassuring. She looks perfect. Awesome. That's good to know. She looks a little bit different down here. I will say this panel where she's got something to say. She looks a little bit more I'm not good with picking out words today. I guess the word I'm looking for here is nope, I don't know what word I'm looking for. So make of it what you will. Decide what you think for yourself of this panel and Lily's expression. But she had that line because we needed to really tie together the first 4 pages of what was happening in the script for the sake of like readability. I mean, we all know what's happening because we were here when we came up with these ideas, but the panels might seem a little chaotic without these 3 just giving us that little backstory and confirming that the ones hiding in the carriage were the original owners of the carriage. Right? I'm making sense. Still looks fine, looks good. Very cool. Yeah, anthropomorphic characters are not my forte. I don't usually do a lot of anthropomorphic characters. I've had a few, and I like drawing them. I just, I don't know, I guess I'm one of those artists that defaults to drawing people. I'm a human, centered artist, I suppose. And I'm trying to branch out more and do more, and you guys are helping me to do that as well. So, all around, good vibes. I'm just going to throw this in here so that she has sort of like a grassy background and helps separate her and the word bubble from the rest of the paper. I picked this color and this pencil is already so chewed up and small, and of all the pencils, of all the colors I could have picked to need to use on every single page, why did I pick this one? I mean, I already know why. I kind of already told you guys why, but it seems like such a strange choice considering that this probably has the shortest lifespan of all the pencils in my pencil box, just because of how much it's been carved down. It looks like it broke at some point. I don't know. Don't expect me to know these things. All right. By the way, have you guys seen this full page? Do you guys know what all the panels look like? Have I showed you that yet? I think the only person who might have seen it was Callie when I first turned on the stream and the page was not on the riser. So once I color this background in very quickly, I will remove the riser and show you guys the full page. Because while it may not be completely colored yet, it is fully inked, so we do have that going for us. So let me pull this down. I've seen them, yes, because Callie was here first. She was the first to see it. So here's the full page. I guess the full 2 pages. Let's go like this. I think I've seen them. You might have. I'm not sure when you popped in and when I put the riser up, so you may have already seen this. So we have, so I can flatten this out. That looks a little less distorted. We have Dr. Crow with enough squawking, Dave losing his cool, or losing his patience and saying, hey, who are you people? And then of course this large panel in the middle where we see everybody, and we have our baddies saying, we're the bakery bandits. And then Earl and Chase down here simultaneously asking, who? Which leads us to these 3. We have Lily B, they are the ones who ambushed us. Mrs. Claus, yeah, they broke our cart. And, of course, Candy with a K, and ruined all of our supplies. So that's what we ended up with on the last stream. This was our page, our beautiful, beautiful page that tied the first 4 together in their entirety. And now we can start moving on to plot-driven pages rather than character introductory pages. And I know before we had talked a little bit about plot, you know, for the future of this comic. And some really cool ideas came out of the last stream. We were talking about doing a kingdom-wide like baking contest where the winner would get to inherit the throne, or we use specific language, and I took a screenshot just for this reason of something that Pilfer said last last stream, so I'll pull that up later and get the exact verbiage. But we and go back here. Hi. So we're looking at all these different factions heading off to this sort of like quest to do a baking competition for the kingdom so that they can win the prestige and all the rewards that come with it. But there is a shortage of baking supplies, and so everybody's sort of pillaging or like hoarding what they can as they're trying to make it to the kingdom for the challenge. And so we have obviously this team of 4 here, our bakery bandits, Crumpleton, Schmiegel, Dr. Krill, Candy Lamity. We had our 4 interlopers, as I've started to think of them, which would be Earl, Chase, Zelda the cat, and Dave the sprout. And then our final team of 3 was the original cart owners, which is Mrs. Claus, Lily Bee, and Candy with a K. And I'm thinking we have all these teams of 4, and then we have this team that is down by 1 player, but have no fear, because we created a new character last stream, Mia, for Brush Bomber. So we'll be able to rope Mia in very soon, and I think that she could round out that team of 3 and give them a team of 4 so that as they go into this baking foray, that everybody can have like equal numbers and it'll be sort of a fair fight. Bow down to heir. Heir to the throne, heir to the throne. Yes, that was the pun right there. Exactly. So they think they're fighting to be heir to the throne, H-E-I-R, but really they're competing for the honor of being heir to the throne, A-I-R, to the throne. And, you know, obviously we can do something fun like make like the prize like these giant like fans or something. They can be like made out of gold or sewn with gold or something and be like, oh, it's like trophy, but really that is your new tool for working. And maybe it's a baking contest just because the king wanted to eat something really tasty or wanted just everybody to bring their best treats. I'm not sure, but it doesn't have to all make sense. Oh, if you hear snoring in the background, that's because of the little sleeper over here. Like I said, it is quite early. Alright, so let's finish up coloring this. And then, and I guess it's okay to leave it off the riser so you guys really can see the whole thing. We'll finish up coloring this and then we'll start making the next page. And while I'm coloring, feel free to throw ideas my way or stuff that you would like to see done in the comics, stuff that you would like to see me draw on the next page. You don't have to wait until I get there. You can definitely spitball ideas now so that we can sort of workshop them and have some fun molding them. And while we do that, I'm going to unband these and get to work. That'll be what equalizes the baddies and goodies. They don't get any of the food. The king takes it all. Oh, it was a feast for me. As he would, naturally, of course. I foresee a riot in our future for this kingdom. So let me grab this one and this one. Okay, I see what we're doing here. Which one do I want? I think this one. But then I also had a lighter green for these down here. And I feel like it definitely wasn't. Well, see, I said I bundled them so I wouldn't have to do this, and I'm doing it anyway. Testing the color to see if it matches. I guess so. I guess this is our bush color. Lily Bee, fanning the king. This was your idea, Cookie. Sounds like an I told you so moment, except blame shifting, is that the word? Yes, blame shifting. It's a good word. I picked that up in a TV show that I watched that I don't remember what show it was. But there had a funny part in it where she was like, are you blame shifting? Blame shifting? Blame shifting. It's such a fun concept. And funny in the right context. I'm sure aggravating in others. So I'm trying to see the page. I have this light here, like right here, right there. You can see the light on my hands. This light is so that you guys can see the page on the camera, but it's also kind of blinding me a little bit. It makes it hard for me to see what I'm coloring. And then I've got Candy Lamity's dress here just glowing right back in my eyes. So if I color outside of the lines, I'm blaming that. I'm blaming the fact that I can't see because of my current lighting setup. And I might move some things around in the next couple of streams just to see if I can find something that works just a little bit better. Just a little bit. Make some small adjustments. But for the meantime, I think we're doing all right. Pilfer, we asked Callie and Deadlight Switch what they had for breakfast this morning and if they have any plans for the holiday weekend, if they are receiving a holiday weekend. What about you? Do you have any plans for the holiday weekend? And are you getting Monday off? McDonald's, no holiday, but I'll probably game or movie. What games do you play? Oh, I know you play Animal Crossing. I know about that one. Might stream if I'm not a baby about it. I will not pressure you into it because I know it can be a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to do a stream, so I will not pressure you one way or the other. I know that this probably isn't the most exciting part of going to these streams. I usually do the coloring off stream, so I think after this one, we will go back to coloring off stream so that we can just get into the creative part, because that's probably the most fun for you guys if you're going to be here to be able to participate in creating. So we will go back to that. For future streams, and we'll create in this stream as well as soon as I finish with coloring these. But just wanted to let you guys know that I'm aware that this may not be the most exciting part, and so I will try to minimize how much you guys sit through the coloring phase in the future. Recently, Lost Ark put in 60 plus hours already, like 2 weeks. I got way too soaked in. That's great though, like when you can find a game that you can really get just sucked into. I've been looking for one. I've like honestly been like on the hunt. Well, not 60 hours straight, I'm sure. I have been looking for all kinds of games. Well, I've been looking through all kinds of games, but I'm actually looking for something pretty specific. and I don't know if it exists yet. I'm looking for a game where your characters, the characters you choose, you select, either make or break you in, like, say, like a survival scenario. So if you're a space colony, like you're going colonizing space, and I know there's plenty of colonizing space games out there, tons of them, and they're like little Sims, and they have all these little minions that they're basically lemmings that you can tell what to do, and they all go do it, and they all know how to do everything. Whatever you tell them to do, they go do it. They have no real personality or individuality, which is not what I'm looking for. I want something where you have like a small group, kind of like Oregon Trail, where you had to like pick, like, do I want a doctor, do I want a hunter, do I want a trapper, or people of all different skill types in the Oregon Trail, and then based on those skills, your survivability and the randomness of the scenarios that you are pitted against, you know, either you pass or you fail, you either make it or you don't, but it all depends on who you have in your party and the choices you make, obviously, as the game player. And I've been kind of looking for a more modern version of that. So far, not really finding it. All the colony games and all the survival games have very little to do with your character's skill set. And if they do, it's like just your one character, and you can sort of be skilled in all things. So I've been playing... The Oregon Trail reminds you of D&D. Yeah, it kind of has that quality where you have like a small band, and they each are experts at something, and you're relying on them to get you through troubled times. So it's very much like that. Play FTL. What's that? Is that like a game? I'll look it up. I'll look it up after the stream. FTL. I will take your recommendation and I will look into it. Because, yeah, I've been looking really for like 2 weeks, I feel like. I've just been searching Google and searching YouTube and searching Steam and everywhere. Like, just looking all over to try to find a game to scratch that itch, and I just haven't found one yet. Literally what you're talking about, roguelite, space, small group, tactical. So it does exist. Alright, FTL. I will definitely look that up. Who knew all I had to do is ask you guys? I could have saved so much time. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for that. I'll look into that. Oh my gosh, this is so much grass. I'm coloring so much grass. Almost there. Almost done. Almost done with it. Almost done with it. So I know for the next page, one of our objectives is to get our new character into basically this cluster of people. But we also need to sort of think about where are we going at this point. So now that we've established, per Candy's comment down here, that all of their supplies are ruined in the wagon, there's nothing left for anybody to fight over, right? So now we need to get them basically on the move, right? We need to start the trailblazing to get us to this contest. So how we do that, how much time we spend in transit versus if we just want to like time skip forward and get to the castle and the competition part, is entirely up to you guys. Just let me know kind of what your thoughts are on that and how you feel about it. And I will sharpen this pencil again because this pencil is just getting used a lot. It fell out! No! Alright, back to the sharpener. Let's do this again. I'm tormenting this pencil. This poor bronze yellow pencil. I will buy FTL for you if you let me. Oh, it's okay. I appreciate the offer. I'll get it though. I appreciate it. That's so sweet of you. Do you play FTL? Is it like a server type of game where people play together on a server, or is it like like a local play where you play your own, I guess your own slot, for lack of a better word, like back in the days when you used to have like game slots. And you select your characters just like with everything we said about the Oregon Trail. You can play FTL while eating some ramen. Oh, Callie knows me so well. I would go and eat some ramen and play some FTL. You guys would not see me again for a while. Like, wasn't a video supposed to come out today? I think she's playing FTL. I think she's too busy. No, I'll still make videos. I was actually thinking about doing, I saw a couple people doing these, and there's some are old, some are new, doing those 10-minute, 1-minute, 10-second drawing challenges. Stream it single player. I could do that. Maybe I'll try it like, maybe that could be something I try to do on Twitch. Or I could stream it here and then just unlist it. Yeah, I'll think about it. Like, it would be fun to stream the game. Alright, I think that's effective enough for the grass up here. Jeez, just like a forest of grass. I'm gonna see if she, yeah. So Chase here. This is our tree color. I almost put it in his hair. You get a crew and a ship, and each time you take a turn, anything can happen, and you decide how to approach it. It's addicting. Yeah, that does sound like my kind of game. And it does sound very much like the Oregon Trail even, which is kind of like the basis of this hunt. I want something like that. You know, they have Oregon Trail on mobile now. Like, if you get the arcade mode on your, if you have an Apple phone and you get arcade, I think it's like you subscribe to arcade, but then it has all these like older games on it that they put on mobile, and that is one of them. And I got arcade just to play Oregon Trail. Like, no other reason, just to play Oregon Trail. But then I like, because it's a subscription for arcade, and I think you keep paying for it, I just decided, like, I'm not playing Oregon Trail that much, and so I let go of it, but then I've been looking for something like it ever since. Okay, let's see, we've got a tree up here. Now I'm, like, bouncing all over this page, but I'm trying to use the pencil that's in my hand while I've got it, so we can sort of save ourselves a little bit of time. May look chaotic at first, but there's a method to this madness. There is a method. I also usually take my time a little bit more when I color these off screen. And I make a little bit more effort to add like contours and color different, like difference in volume of color, because it's not really color variety if I'm using the same pencil, but it's like a difference in, oh man, can you use the word opacity in this content text? Would that work? You're snoring. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's color. I do want to get this done as quickly as possible because I do want to move on to the next one. Another game that I've been playing lately, I don't know if you've tried it, is Last Day on Earth. Have you played that one? It is a survival game, zombie apocalypse style, so not too original, but the mechanics of it are really nice. And then they have, you start off with one character and you kind of like, it's a little bit of a farming game, it's a little bit of like a simulation game, but also you like build your base, and then you have to like protect it from the horde and from other people raiding it. So it is like a server game. Like there are other people in the game, but you don't have to interact with them if you don't want to. In fact, for the first couple of levels, it's just kind of you versus the AI zombies and building up your environment, you know, your base and your supplies and your leveling of your character. But at a certain point, you like reach a level where you can get a second character, and that character doesn't live in your base with you. They live in the crater, which is like a little civilization where like it's kind of like city living for this zombie apocalypse scenario. So you have like your country living like unique, independent, out on your own, building your own base character that you start with, but then you get like a secondary character where you can do more city living and you can be a part of a clan and do all of that MMO stuff if you really want to. But the game itself I felt was like, it's a really good game. It's really fun to put a lot of hours into it. Plus you get dogs, you can like have puppies, and you have like your own little kennel, and your dogs like protect your base when they get older. But no, it's just super cute. Like I spend so much time grinding just so I can feed my dogs. Which like my dog, if I like go out and I shoot deer and stuff and I bring back meat, I always give it to my dogs. I have like a drying rack to make jerky out of it for my character, but my character never gets to eat it. It goes straight to the dogs. Richard. So here's a little amateur tip for you guys. When I'm coloring and I don't want the pencil to go into another area, but I want to like color quickly, I just use my hand as like a barrier or a ruler kind of, and I stick it right on the part that I don't want, like this edge of this panel. If I don't want to color outside the panel, I just kind of stick my finger there and let the pencil run into it. And that way I can color quickly without having to be precious about going outside the lines there. It's not like a huge life hack, but it's something that I'm using to my advantage, so I thought I'd share. I feel like one of the major accomplishments, BRB, my friend's gonna help me in Genshin. I'll be back after. Okay, see you soon. Callie, you play a lot of D&D. I remember talking to Callie about D&D a couple of weeks ago on Discord. I think Callie does play D&D. And that is a really fun game. It's just so hard to find a party that can coordinate their schedules often enough to keep up a good game. Hi! Hello, Rebellious Pastry. Welcome to the stream. We are currently talking about games while I color in the remainder of this page, and then we are going to move on to our next page and start creating a new narrative. I'm in a party, but I don't play often. My party's the best and super patient with my newbie self. That's really good. That's really, really good. To find a good group is like so difficult, but yet it's so worth it. Never mind, my friend's doing her commission, so I'll be halfway here. Okay, well halfway here is fine. I appreciate you being halfway here. I was actually planning on bringing this up sometime in the stream, and I wasn't sure when to do it, so I'll go ahead and bring it up now and then maybe again later. But I decided to... How is my phone ringing right now? That's so bizarre. Okay. I didn't know it could ring while streaming. Yes, I put together a Discord, and I will go ahead and drop that here in the chat. Yes, there we go. It's also in the, if you look in the description of this video, I have also put it there under social. So now I'm able to talk to you guys on Discord in between videos, which is really cool. And then we can also like collaborate more and be more like involved as a community, which I thought would be really fun. I know that I've been talking to a lot of you guys in Discord already and other servers, but yay, yes, must join. It'll be really fun to have you guys over there and to be able to like host things. Like I think it'll be really fun to have some interactive stuff going on and to be able to sort of put that together and moderate that for you guys so that you guys can have more community and more connection and just more fun and more art, of course. So I'm going to just go the opposite direction now with this to cross hatch it a little bit since I colored it in so lightly. And then I will move on to the next part so that we're not going to spend all day trying to build up this color for the wagon. We'll just cross hatch it and call it a day. So there's that, and then we have the blue for the sky, which we haven't used a lot of, which we haven't used at all in this stream. But we'll use it now. And I do have some channels already set up in the Discord, so if you do decide to join now and you look around, obviously I'm not going to be able to talk in the Discord right now because we're streaming at the moment, but after the fact. But there are things already sort of established there, so if you guys wanted to check it out and poke around, you can, of course. How do you guys feel about your characters being on teams, like the teams that we talked about a little while ago, maybe 10-ish minutes ago? As far as like the bakery thing goes, should they get to pick their own teams, or do you think that they've pretty much already picked who they're gonna, like who their companions are simply through proximity? I do feel like this stream is going to take all the mystery out of like, wow, when I like reveal a new page at the beginning of every stream, it's like, oh, we went from pencil scratches to this, ah! And like now it's, you're seeing the painstaking, time-sucking part of the process, and now you guys will gradually acclimate to what this final page is going to look like just because you're seeing the process in process. I think they're gonna team up with who they arrived with. I think that does make the most sense. I mean, we could have a little fight for picking teams, but for the sake of our sanity, perhaps it's best to go with they're teamed up with who they came with. What should I put behind? Well, this guy's definitely gonna have grass behind him. But behind him, maybe I could do a little green and a little sky. Let's try Where did my pencil go? Oh, right here. Same as Callie? Yeah, I think so. What if, let's see. What if we did like a little, just these two little bumps here for like a tree. And then another one over here, and then the rest could be sky blue. I think that would look good. Let's grab the brush pen. Do a little bit of line work here. Oh no. I didn't follow the pencil at all there. That's okay. That's what I was saying about like these nature backgrounds being so organic that even mistakes look fine. It's not a big deal. So there we go. We've got a little bit of a environment around him. He's not just a floating head. And for that, this is such a like a strong, vibrant, satisfying color, this green for the treetops. But I think just having this little hint of an environment behind him will go a long way, and sometimes it's all you need. I was thinking about doing a video on how to do simple backgrounds for artists who mostly draw characters and haven't really leveled up their background skills. I thought a video on that might be really handy. I know for me that's something that I struggled with getting used to, so I thought maybe it would be helpful to others. And it's on my to-do list, my bucket list. Okay. So, simple background established. Let's throw down some sky blue. And I am really trying to keep this coloring process simple and as fast as I can. Okay. Ooh, almost there. Only 2 boxes left. Oh, yeah. This one and this one. And maybe a little bit of color in the background here. We are almost on this page. Oh, it's so exciting and so good. Okay. Right, I need to look at a reference for Candy's colors. I think we have it just a very, let's see, tan, would tan work? Is tan a good color? I think that'll work. Tan will work. Then we need a pink. And we need, I think, like a teal color for the other parts of her shirt. Let's take a look at our reference. Our original. Where is it? There we go. Okay, yeah. So pink, tan, teal. We need like a teal. Is that teal? Sea green. I mean, it's pretty close. So I think that's teal enough. So we'll do that. We'll do a sea green. Okay. This just made me realize, coloring her hair, that sadly I was not finished with this panel in the middle. I don't know how, I just looked right past all of this white space and thought I was done with it. Yeah, absolutely, ask any question you want. For all the males here, what is one supposed to wear for fancy play as a male? I cannot answer that question for you. Maybe Pilfer can help you out? I'm curious to see what the answer to that will be, though. And let's give her a little pink nose. And you know that her shirt in this part is pink. And then her capped sleeves are the teal green color. Let's get some pink in her ears. Oh, what color were her eyes? Gold. Her eyes are gold. Going as an audience member. You know he's taking the question seriously when he's asking you the context of the situation. So, I'm probably going to ask all the males I know and see before going to the play today. Pilfer, if so, pants, slacks, not jeans, but jeans if that's all you have, tucked in button-up shirt, long sleeve preferably, tie if you can get one that pairs with the shirt, belt for the pants. Now we know. Pilfer, you'd asked Callie if she played D&D. Do you play? Do you have, or have you in the past played D&D? Also, what do you guys think of the music? Is it too loud, too quiet? Are you guys hearing it or not hearing it at all? I feel like every time I come in here, because I use my computer during the week, shocking, and I change the volume a lot, so then when I come back into stream, I have to make all the adjustments all over again. No D&D for me. I haven't found people to play with that I enjoy. That's hard. It's so hard. I've been looking for a party kind of everywhere I've moved to, but I haven't really found one that sticks. Everybody's just too busy, and I know I'm guilty of it too. I get too busy, but if you go somewhere that isn't casual anywhere, it's dressing professional, because ideally in those situations you meet people to network with status, so you sell yourself psychologically behind it. I'm running out of pencils. Alright. I'm just going to dab in just a tiny bit of pink here on her face. Create a little bit of color variation. And maybe after the stream I'll come back and contour a little bit, add a little bit more color difference. I don't know the technical terms, guys. It just is what it is. I'm going to try to clean it up a little more afterwards, but I just wanted to get it at least colored for you guys to see before we moved on to the next page. And I'm realizing I forgot to do Dr. Crow in the center panel, so let's do that. Okay, let's see. I will say the size variety in our characters here is pretty, it's pretty wide gamut. Like we have like the muffin, right? This little tiny Crumbleton Batterson Crumbleton the third, who's quite small. He's like standing on the carriage just to be seen, just to be at like close to eye level with everybody else. And then we have our cat, of course, who would probably be the next smallest. Lily B the bunny and Dave. I'm imagining those two are probably about similar in size. Don't let this lineup fool you here. I'm sure that for Dave to be standing as tall as the humans, he most certainly is standing on a stump or something. But yeah, I think Dave and Lily would be about the same size. And then of course you have, oh no, actually after that, moving from shortest to tallest, would probably be Candy. So our Candy here, with the K in the carriage. Then all your like tall humanoid types, so these three and these three. But like the span of like sizes here, like comparatively the characters, how they stack up is so wide. I feel like I don't think I've ever made anything with a size difference that large before. So there's a lot to think about, like when it comes to putting these guys in a panel with each other, putting them in a scene together. And let's give Candy her eyes, her golden eyes, because then I can use this gold painter's pen, which is so shiny and fun. We will do that. We can get... Got it. Okay. So now her gold eyes will shimmer, kind of like how Candy Lemondee's silver dress shimmers, which is always fun. Hi, Silver oh man, okay, hang on, I got this. Sivert Shumas. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We are finishing up this page, throwing some colors on it before moving on to creating a new page today. And Rebellious Pastry, thank you, Pilfer. Please note that I am probably going to ask you for more advice in the future. Pilfer is a good source of information. He already gave me the best tip on where I can find the exact kind of game that I'm looking for, so I'm looking forward to jumping into that once we're done with all of this. Yeah, but welcome to the stream, and we will continue doing comics with your characters as we move forward into the next couple of pages. We will probably just get a sketch done today for this page, but once we sort of block in where everything goes, we'll at least have our narrative. We'll know what stories that what characters we're highlighting for this page. But my question still stands. Do we time skip straight to the kingdom, or are we going to actually go on this journey to the kingdom with this massive cast of characters? At the very least, I think we have to introduce Brush Bomber's character that we gained last stream, the newest member of our cast, Mia. We have to at least introduce her. Maybe she can mention something about the competition, be like, hey, what are you guys waiting for? Kingdom's that way. And then time skip them there or something. Literally live to serve ice cream, that is. Okay. Oh no, am I smudging? Am I smudging the paint pen? I hope I'm not. Oh, great, what are Dave's colors? He's like a orange and yellow petals with a blue and purple body. Alright, I've got Dave's colors. We're good. Let's make this happen. I'll start with the sunshine yellow on the outer edge of his petals. And then that color's done. Oh, wait, no. We see him twice on this page. I don't know about you guys. I have not had coffee at all today, and I feel a little bit at a disadvantage without my coffee. This low caffeine intake thing is gonna suck pretty hard. But we do what we can, right? At least we have the weekend. At least we have the weekend, so there's that. Can look forward to not having to do, unless you work on the weekends, in which case I guess that you're probably not sharing the same sentiments that I am having right now about the weekend. Alright. So I think we can just dab in here a little bit of purple for Dave. And then same thing for him up here. And Dave is Callie's character. I think he was the very first one we made for this series of streams. Dave was the first character to grace these pages in this book. So that's pretty exciting. And he is such an interesting character too. Callie gives us such interesting characters because her character, she is the second character here, the muffin villain, who is so difficult to see from that distance. Let's zoom it in a little bit. So yeah, the muffin is Callie's character and Dave is also Callie's character. So we get some very creative characters from Callie, that's for sure. In fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but S Comic Maker drew a quick sketch of Dave for us a couple weeks ago in one of her streams. This page is starting to come together. We're not going to have very much white space left, which is the goal. So anybody who hasn't made a character here yet, I think Rebellious Pastry, I don't think we have a character from you. And Silvered, I know we don't have a character from you. Maybe that's something that we can look forward to doing, is creating characters for you guys. But what I really want to do now is finish this, get color behind her and behind him. Gosh, this page is taking so, you see why I didn't get it done last night? It's taking so long, literally, there's so many characters. I keep looking right past Earl and Chase here. So let's go ahead and throw some colors down for these guys. I know Chase is a brunette, so we'll give him his brown hair. This is all the work you guys miss off screen each time I do one of these pages. The part you don't see. Except now you do. Now you do see it. And then Earl has like blue in his hair. He's got like gray hair, but it's got this really fun sort of blue outline, like edging. And then his shirt collar is also blue. And his glasses. So that Chase's shirt is white, but his skin is tan, so we will pull out. I have them somewhere. Welcome back! Hi, Deadlight Switch! We are almost done with this page, actually. I just gotta color these two, throw some green behind him, and I don't know, blue maybe behind her. So four things left to color. 4 small things, and then we're onto a new page. But before we do that, I need these. My skin tone colors. And I'm gonna eyeball it because I don't remember exactly what colors I used. I think this will be close enough, so we'll try this one. Yeah, I think that works. That's passable. And Earl did also have, much like Mrs. Claus, he had some ruddy color on his face. So we'll bring some of that back in. It's a little bit ruddy. I feel like today, most of all, is more of a hangout day than most of the streams that we've done, because you guys are hanging out with me while I finish our page from the previous day, instead of making you guys use some, grease the wheels and put those brains to work with devising the next page, which we very often do. And I get to just chill today. Deadlight, you missed it. Perry did the monkey round. Yes, absolutely, that happened. That totally happened. You must rewind the stream and find it somewhere. It'll be like an Easter egg hunt. Do it again. I don't know if I have it in me. Alright, let's see. How can I finish this up? We need, what color are his clothes? So like an orange shirt. A reddish orange maybe? Here's a red orange, we'll go with that. A red orange and then a maroon suspenders? Yeah. Alright. Gosh guys, we're so close to the end. I just want to scribble it all in like, oh, that's there. See, maroon suspenders, we're there. Next. And we can add this color as well. This red orange. His outfit honestly makes like 0 sense. He's got a blue color for his shirt, but then he's got like, the shirt itself is like this reddish orange color, paired with some maroon suspenders. So I don't know what's going on here, but it's some next level stuff. It's gotta be, because it doesn't make sense. Okay. Actually, don't love that red orange. I think it's a little too dark. Maybe we can just lightly erase some of it. Just lightly. And then let's finish it. My references are coming so slow to my brain. I was trying to do a Mortal Kombat thing, you know, like finish him. But I stalled. My brain stalled on me and it said, yeah, that's not happening. We're not doing that. I don't know about you guys, but I think I might like my brain better on coffee. But oh my goodness, look how close we are to finishing this thing. I'm getting so sloppy because I'm gonna hurry. I just want it to be done so we can do something new. My nose is stinging whenever I breathe. How do I say? What? Why? Why is your nose stinging? Is it cold there? Is it just that you're in a really cold place? Why would your nose be stinging? It sounds very uncomfortable. That sounds confusing. I'm not sure what you can do to stop it. I guess figure out what started it. That usually helps. If you want to make something stop, you got to figure out what started it. Okay, let's see. We're right here. With all of this yellow grass, this bronzy yellow, sloppily sketched in grass. Because I am eager to get to the next part. As I'm sure you guys are too. Okay. Whew. I think for her, we'll do like a little bush down here and then sky. Maybe even like a tree trunk here. See? Simple backgrounds. So easy. It's like two shapes. And then we add some color for context and ta-da, we have a background. It's that easy. So this line here will give us a tree. And then this will give us a nice little bush. So we'll color that with this color. And then this color for our tree. And last, we have some sky blue. And that will absolutely wrap up this page. This is like literally the last thing that I need to color on this page. This color's not coming out so great. We just hit a commercial. Is that the first one? I think so, because we're now on a new song on the playlist. And guess what? They're all royalty free. Fixed that. No more surprise songs that we are not anticipating. There we go, guys. We just finished this page. We finally finished this page, which means we get to, first of all, we're going to take a close look at it, and then we're going to start the next page so we can start shooting new ideas and figuring out what we're going to make. But I think we deserve to start with this page and then move to the next. So we have these guys. Oh, wait. I know what to do. actually, let's go full screen. There we go. So we have these guys dropping in. Candy Lamity and Dr. Crow and Crumbleton Batterson, of course, Schmigel. Batter walk away if you know what's good for you. I won't sugarcoat it. I know a guy in Drury Lane. Candy Lamity. Oh yeah, haha, because you're a muffin. And you guys came up with that beautiful dialogue, so then we go over here. Enough squawking. Hey, who are you people? In this large panel here, we're the Bakery Bandits. To which Chase and Earl are like, who? And we have down here an explanation of exactly who, because Lilybee tells us they're the ones who ambushed us. Mrs. Claus, yeah, they broke our cart. And ruined all of our supplies. So there we are. Slow scroll back through to the top. Look at that. That was our page. This beautiful piece of work. Oh, Candy Lamity doesn't have a skin tone. Huh. I will drop that in real quick because I know what color her skin tone is. She is purple. So, very quickly, just dabble that in. Nothing to see here, guys. Ta-da! See? All set. We are still all done. That was honestly the wrong purple, but I'll fix it later. It's supposed to be more of a reddish purple? What can I say? She's standing in the shade of a tree, maybe. Yeah, that's our page, guys. We did it. We got through the whole coloring process. Holy moly, that was so much. But we're here now, and now you see why I color off screen. Okay, so next page. I kind of just want to soak it in, but you guys have been soaking it in for I don't know, for like 2 hours maybe? I don't know. Let's go ahead and flip over here because we have a new blank page and a whole lot of opportunity to do something cool with it. So I'm going to round up these pencils here. We are done with the colored pencils for now. Put those away. And I can put my egg away. Because now we are going to do some brainstorming and some sketches with some new pencils, or some new pages and new panels. Okay. Let's see. So I know already, let's look at our layout. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. We have one really skinny panel here in the middle, which is a little bit tricky sometimes to figure out what we're putting there. I feel like maybe we could wrap up the entire like time skip journey in this center panel right here, like one overhead, like bird's eye view, like progression, right? Like a processional of all the characters going along, like walking toward the kingdom. We could even do something funny about it, like have like one of those like wood signs that are like kingdom this way. Wait, does it need to be an arrow? I feel like it needs to be an arrow. Yeah, these signs need to be arrow signs, okay. And then just an arrow and the word kingdom. And then like all the characters, like in a line, like a lineup of characters here, all sulking that way. So that's what we could use the center panel for, but we also need to... So I feel like two things. We have Mia, the nature witch, who is honestly going to be such an asset for this competition. If supplies are sparse, she could always just grow new supplies because she's a nature witch. So she'll be really helpful to have on the journey. So we need to get her in here. But also, like, so maybe, where did we stop? We stopped with these guys saying that there's ruined all our supplies. So maybe we could have one of the characters, and I don't know who. I'm open to suggestions. One of the characters could be like, no more supplies. like, or something like, well, this was a bust, no more supplies, this was a bust, or something like that. And then just have, like, ruined all of her supplies. Trying to think. What am I gonna do? Could be like ruined question mark. Well, now what do we do, or something like that. So I'm just gonna ruined question mark. Now what do we do? Question mark. And it could be like one of those like linked speech bubbles, you know? Like, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Probably not. Let's use the riser. 22. That is a good guess. We will find out. I will let you know if you're correct. And if anybody else wants to take a gander, we can figure out who gets the most accurate guess, like who's the closest to the accurate number. So we could do something like this. And then, I don't know what's pinging. I'm getting pings from somewhere. So yeah, we've got like our little kingdom arrow sign, and we could do a processional. And then we have like, so we're gonna transition out of that last page with this line of dialogue, and I will take suggestions on who to give this line to, because I think that it's reactionary enough that it could literally be anybody's line. Ruined, now what do we do? And then here's where Mia can come in. So I feel like this has to be a Mia panel. And then we have our processional, but then what? Right? Like, that's the big question. Where are we going next? Like, this is the infinite open window of storytelling. Like, now we have this transition to a new place, a new time with our characters. What is that gonna be? What does that look like? What are they doing? So that's what we gotta figure out, because that's what these three boxes need to show us. And just very quickly, I'm going to go ahead and drop this link back in here because I know it's been a minute. So I will spam that back into my own chat, and you guys are more than welcome to join me on Discord. I have just started my channel, so you're gonna find that while the channel is set up and all the like subcategories already exist, so there's definitely some organization to it. We'll be able to it'll probably be like slow going at first because you may be the first ones in there. Another guess. Awesome. So we'll figure this out. We will definitely do a tally at the end, and I will let you guys know what the official number was. So 22 and 12, those are our current guesses. Okay. Mia. So, and I was thinking too, sorry, I'm sitting on my own foot because, I don't know, it's comfortable. I was thinking too for Mia, like, I don't know if you guys remember the design from last stream. We gave her sort of this, you guys can't see it, let me scooch the book up. There we go. We gave her this kind of like a gardener hat. That's kind of what I was going for, at least. But I almost don't want to do that because that hat is so similar to Mrs. Claus's hat. I mean, hers is very clearly like not the same. Like, it's not the same type of hat necessarily. But I wonder if we could push this. The link's not working? Oh dear. Let me see what I can do about that. Let me try a new link for you. I might have like set a, what do you call it? Like it might have like an expiration. Link expires. Edit link to never expire. How do we do that? Never. There we go. Generate new link. So I'm going to give you one more link, and this will have to be the link that I update the description of the video with so that we have one that never expires. There we are. Okay, so that should work. There we go. All right, now back to this. So I'm thinking when we do add Mia to the book, don't hate me if I change her hat, because I'm not totally sold on this as her hat. I was going for the gardening hat. I don't know that. Hello, Lurking Tony. Welcome to the stream. So glad to see you here. We are just about to start a new page, and I was giving my little disclaimer that the design for Mia here, I might edit her hat a little bit. I might edit, like, it's not digital, so I can't just edit it, but when I redraw her later in the stream, I might modify this hat a teensy bit, because she's supposed to be a garden witch, but this hat doesn't scream garden witch, so might do a little teensy bit of tweaking there. So here we are with our new page, and Tony, just for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to give you a slight preview of the last one. We just spent the majority of our morning so far coloring in this page here, and these are some of these panels that we just finished up. This was the previous stream, just at a glance. So we have all these fun characters having this obviously like conflict of interest, this argument here, and it ends on Candy with a K down here. We have two candies, so this is Candy with a K, telling us that all the supplies are ruined. So what they're fighting over doesn't even matter anymore because the supplies are ruined. So we're gonna move on to something new. They are pre-made panels, and yes, we are filling them in. So this is a book called Creating Comics. Picked it up at Barnes & Noble. It's like $10. It's amazing. And we did some character creation in previous streams where everybody sort of created a character and I drew them based on what they told me. And then we created a story with those characters in these previous 4 pages. So we have all of this going on here. Lily Bee there hiding under the wagon. Lily Bee being Pilfer's character. And so now that we've got all the characters in one spot, and we've established that there are no more supplies, so there's no more point in fighting, it's time to move them on to the next plot point. One of them looks like Pilfer's. It is, yes! It's Pilfer's character, Lily Bee. So yeah, everybody's sort of had an opportunity to chuck them in, their own characters, and I'm not going to do new characters this stream because we're pretty late in the stream, but maybe next time if you want to add one, Tony, I would love to add a character for you. That'd be really fun, and then you could be a part of the story as long as it lives. How fun. I was going to say, yeah, is that the beautiful Tony? I hear his nose hairs are actually real, and he has birds dress him every morning. I'm so jealous. It is the one and only. Truly, truly, Lurking Tony has graced us with his presence, and we are so happy that he's here. So yeah, maybe you can help us out here. We're trying to figure out how to do this transition. We have, clearly somebody is going to have to exclaim, ruined, now what do we do, since all of those things, the supplies that they were fighting over, are destroyed. And then we're gonna have Mia, who we introduced in the last, or who we created at the end of the last stream. She's gonna come in here and be like, what are you guys waiting for? Kingdom's that way. So I might as well just put that in here. What are you all waiting for? Should I say like Bake Off is that way? Maybe that. My nose hairs tends to the gardens to make sure the birds are fed their daily carrot. Oh dear. I see a nose hairy character in our future. We could do like little exposition here and do Royal Bake Off is that way. Okay, so that's going to be like sort of her introduction. She's just going to sort of like passing through, skipping through, and we're going to just have her sort of usher everybody in the direction that they need to go. And we'll have our kingdom processional here in the middle. But then, drum roll, then we have these 3 panels here and an entirely new environment to introduce our characters to that we have not created yet. So this is where I need your help. I need to figure out, you know, what does this kingdom look like? We know that they're heading here for this bake-off. The king is hosting this contest and everybody's trying to compete in this great bake-off. And I don't know, like, what are we seeing here? Are we seeing the kingdom? Are we seeing the guards, the castle, the king, the characters arriving behind their contestant tables with like little white official baking hats on? How do we want to really like create this new environment, and how do we want to introduce it to the comic? These are the questions. This is all that matters. Also, I'd be honored if you drew a character to add to the story. It looks like a fun one, a fun on-the-spot creative idea. It is a really fun on-the-spot creative idea. So they are going to a kingdom. They are. You know what would be kind of fun is if we created you a character who was kind of like the like, oh man, like, so they're having this bake-off show. What if he was like the, what do you call them? The person with the microphone that like does all the like, the host? What if we created your character to be the host of the Great Bake Off? Like, they're the person who tells them the rules and who's like, they're like the king's steward or something. Sounds fun? Okay, yeah, let's do that then. Alright, so before we do that, maybe we should figure out who your character, what the steward is like, so that I have the information I need to draw him, even if you end up, host sounds right, yes, the host, cool. So if you end up having to go off stream, or if I have to finish the page off stream, let's figure out what characteristics your character has now, so that I have that information for later. Let me know like information about like appearances. What kind of traits do you want them to have, or do they have certain mannerisms, things like that. It's kind of the questions I've been asking everybody else to create their characters and to figure out like who they want their character to be. So yeah, just drop some of those hints into the chat so that I'll know how to create our little well, not literally, it doesn't have to be little, but our host, our host for this bake-off. Tiny Crab King and a sandcastle at the beach. Oh, a beach kingdom. That could be fun, and I feel like that could be easy for me to draw. So I might like that idea. We draw like a kingdom on the beach. I mean, we just went through like 4 pages of being in the woods, so switching it up might be nice. The king is a crab. What if he's like a king crab, like a huge crab though? Like he could be a crab, but like a really big one. You know, the host for the tournament from Dragon Ball Z just do that with a dude with long nose hair that looks like a mustache. Oh my gosh, make Tony the Crab King. That's good too though. A super tiny sandcastle. Oh gosh. So they're going to the kingdom and like it's really only this big and they're all like standing around looking down at the king's castle, and then like the little crab king is standing on top like waving his like little claws. Okay, Dragon Ball Z. Hang on, whoa, back up. Host for the tournament from Dragon Ball Z. So I'm gonna have to look that up because I'll be completely honest with you. I know what Dragon Ball Z is, but I haven't watched it. So I will get references and then I will do that, and he will have long nose hairs that look like a mustache. Oh man. He and Shmigal will get along great. Have I shown you Shmigal? Let's take a look at these fine legs, these fine hairy legs of a Madam Shmigal here. I think that those two will have plenty to talk about. They're all natural grooming habits, perhaps. So I'm definitely hearing beach and sandcastle and crab king. So let's see if we can make this all plausible together. So what we have for sure is, what if we, sorry, this keeps falling. What if we did like maybe we need like, I feel like we need a landscapey kind of piece, like a big moment where we like part through the trees, and then there's like, there can be kind of, do you guys watch Disenchantment on Netflix? Like how there's Dreamland and they have like their castle up on a cliff hanging over the ocean. Comp decided to just restart, so I was MIA for a good minute. Oh, that's okay, that's okay. We were still just thinking about how to incorporate all of these beachy themes. So, yeah, we'll do, I'm thinking something for this panel could be like, because it's a large panel, like it's a big square, it's a big box, we could do this Disenchantment. Yes, that show was so fun. I'm still watching the current season, but I'm like pretty much up to speed on all of it, and it's like a really good show. Lily be at the beach. Weren't we just in a forest? Now we're on the beach. Sus. Super sus. Time skip much? Ooh. Yeah, so we'll do a beach, and I think like our castle. So I feel like, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. I need references, but we'll do, make the crabs look like little Among Us crewmates. Oh, how do I do that? Because Among Us characters, I guess if I just have their claws floating but not attached, that's kind of like how Among Us does their hands, right? So maybe like that. Little floaty like pinchers for like the crabs. And Lily be just observing them all. Yeah, with her eyes all squinted and sussy. Okay, so maybe we do, so then I think what we need then is like, I'm gonna do like a little, this is my kind of perspective. Cheats like, hi Edric, welcome back. We'll do like, well, maybe we have like these little crab soldiers standing in a line, you know, kind of like on in Cinderella, how like they have like such an excessive amount of guards just kind of like standing around for no reason, doing nothing, like in every hallway. And we'll have like little, like these little Among Us crab soldiers. figure out how to, I'm just blocking in shapes right now. I will figure out how to make all of this come together. Crabs with floaties on. Aww. It just gets cuter and cuter. Crab body with a helmet face space. A helmet face space. Oh, they have the little eyes that come up. We could definitely do some helmets to make them look like soldiers. But we'll do like, so we'll have a line of crabs leading up to, like, I don't know, just this random point here, this horizon line. We'll do blah, 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 blah. We'll have one more here and one more here. And then maybe banners, right? Like we could do like little pennants hanging here. Like you're entering the festival. Something like that. King crab. Now I picture the crab as floated on. Do you mean king crab? Oh, the crab is totally gonna be, or the king. The king at this point is totally gonna be a crab. I feel like that is like one of the most prominent things that we've talked about in the last 20 minutes. So the crab's gonna pop the floaty. Yeah. I feel like they would go through a lot of floaties because trying to get them on with those pinchers would be quite the task. Most definitely quite the task. So we'll do a line of crab soldiers leading up to the great festival. I don't know what to put down here. Definitely open to suggestions. Okay, Perry, I need to head out for now, but I was glad to catch one of your streams. Have a great weekend. Thank you for coming, and I appreciate you being here. We'll have to let you know how your character turns out when we get to the host in this story. Have a good evening, or have a good day. Yes, have a good day. For this big panel, I kind of know what I want to do here. I'm thinking like a real landscapey kind of panel where we get to see the kingdom at large, and like we'll see that it's on the beach. There'll be like an ocean in it, and there'll be a castle, obviously. But I'm gonna want to look for some perspective, or not perspective, for some references before I tackle that. But down here, I'm not sure what to do down here, so what do you guys think I should do in this spare box right here? To trim those nose hairs. It's not coffee, but it'll do. It'll suffice. Actually, I should drink water. I should be drinking way more water, so let me do that. Trying to be smarter about hydration, and it's definitely not my strong suit. Never really been great about hydrating, so I'm trying to work on that a little bit more. So what we have this one here for Mia. So we have the top box is Mia, getting them on the right path. The top box, the first box. Who are we gonna, oh, we didn't answer this question. Okay, so this might be an easier question to answer, guys. Before we try to figure out this nebulous box at the bottom, which character should we have saying this line in response to Candy stating that all the supplies that they're fighting over are already ruined? So they've ruined, now what do we do? Who should be the one to say that? That's what we need to figure out first. And our options are any of these guys. We can do any one of these four. We could also do well, honestly, here we go. This panel. Basically anybody in this panel except for Candy herself. We should be looking at any of these other characters and figure out which one we're going to give that first line of dialogue to on the new page. And while I wait for you guys to give me some suggestions, I'm going to take another sip. And try not to knock over my pencil box. Okay, so I don't feel like Zelda would say it, because Zelda, when she finally does say something, I feel like it's not gonna be asking other people to tell her what to do. That's not a cat-like behavior. Lily Bee? Yeah, it could be Lily Bee. We could do Lily. Could be like so we'll do Lily, but it's gotta be like a cute, almost like sad, pouty face. Lily's just a bully. Well, that's not gonna fit. Let's see. Lily is just a bully. Oh, such a cute little rabbit too. She's gotta be a bully. Well, it could be an angry now. What do we do then, I guess? Like maybe we could do, so let's see, we'll start with a head. Maybe some shoulders pulled up because they're angry. And we could do the crossed arms thing. Like they're fussing about it. Now what do we do? There we go. I think that's a good posture for somebody who's fussing about all their stuff being ruined. And now what are we gonna do? And then, so the ears though, for this expression, hang on, I did pin this morning, or was it this morning? It was late last night. I'm gonna pull up Pinterest because I went ahead and pinned, oh, wrong button, an expression sheet for rabbits. I actually found an expression sheet for rabbits, so I'm gonna go ahead and reference that very quickly since it exists and since I know where to find it. And see if I can figure out what to do. I mean, granted, being totally honest, it's a reference sheet for the rabbit from, what's that animal movie that came out? The animated one? Not Sing, but the other one where there's a cop rabbit. What was that called? Well, either way, it's that character. It's the cop character. Send that to me, please, on Discord. Yeah. I will send that to you. In fact, copy image. Let me drop that here right now. Go to Pilfer. I'll put it in Art Post Fridge. It's not my art, but you'll know what it is. Here you go. Okay. So now that we're looking at this, I'm kind of get an idea of what to do here with these ears. Down slight bit more so you can get a better look. Zootopia! Yes, thank you. That's the one. That's what it's called. Zootopia. Thank you, Deadlight Switch. I couldn't wrap my brain around it for some reason. Yeah, the rabbit from Zootopia. So I'm going to use her for reference because I just kind of want to figure out how to handle these expressions. And the ears can be so expressive. I just want to do something with them that's effective. So I see one here that's kind of like this, and then the other one is kind of like this. That looks wonky though. I'm not sure I like that one, so let's try another one. Let's do something different with the ears here. Not loving that. It's not the best. We could do better. So we have, honestly, I I would love if I could have a few more to look at to kind of reference here what to do with this rabbit's ears. There are more. Pinterest is a beautiful place. Pilfer, definitely check these Judy Hopps. Yeah, check out Pinterest and get some Judy Hopps references because there are a decent amount on here. This is actually really useful. Let's see. All right, what if we do... So first of all, let's give her face that little puffiness that it has. And then put the ears, we'll let the ears kind of hang like this, like she's put out, right? And then a little nose here. Ruined. Now what do we do? Maybe like that. And then since she's fussing, maybe we'll give her some crinkled brows, like, you know, like they're coming down like this, like this face. And then and a little bit introspective too. Maybe put the pupils kind of down. No, now she just looks cross-eyed. What am I doing? I almost had it and then I lost it. So let's see. Did like the bent brows. That was cool. These fussy, angry brows. Maybe I'll figure out where to put the pupils after the fact. So we'll do like that. We'll have ourselves a fussy lily bee bunny, and I know Lily Bee's got this like widow's peak thing going on here with her face colors. And then some tail feather there, and before I ink it, I'll definitely like really refine the anatomy. But for now, that's kind of like what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking. So a little fussy lily bee. I don't even want to see these terrible lines here for anatomy. They're terrible. We'll get rid of those ones. And now this looks a little silly. I need a lily bee reference. Let me go. I know where to find one. Right, that's why this forehead looks so blank. She's got little hairs that come out like this. So we'll give her her hair tuft. Don't want to leave that out. One of the things I find I do a lot is like I'll draw things really small and kind of cramped. I don't really let things breathe as much as I should. I think that that's a common habit for a lot of people. It is, isn't it? Ah, yeah, you can definitely hear it. Oh, right. But like, sometimes you gotta let yourself draw stuff a little big, a little exaggerated. And then you end up with, I don't know, just more satisfying shapes, I guess. I almost lost my train of thought there. Okay, let's see. So we've got Lily Bee here being all like totally bummed out and upset about this, like, these supplies. And then we have Mia, who's going to enter the scene here. And a total processional of 11 characters, 12 with Mia, 12 characters. It's going to be a lot to chew on. So I've got my processional of, oh man, okay. So maybe we start with like Mia, and then a tall person, kind of tall person, kind of tall person, a little person, like maybe the cat. And then Dave here. We'll do 1, 2, 3 more tall ones. Oh wait. We need our muffin man here, because he needs to be with his... Actually, you know what? These 3 could be the villains. So yeah, I liked the cat there. We're going to put the cat back. So kitty cat here. And then, so we have, let's say Mia, Chase, Mrs. Claus, Earl, the cat, Zelda, Dave, and then we'll do there's so little room for their bodies when I put their heads that close together. I need to remember that they have kind of a lot of form with their bodies. We'll do alright, so then we need Candy with a K. And then we can do Schmigo, Candy Lamity, Dr. Crow, and then that actually leaves one more. And I think we can have Schmiegel like carrying him. So he can get a little lift. We'll have our little angry muffin right here. So that'll be our processional. So many characters. That was a terrible whistle. There we go. So we'll have our processional characters right down the middle here. Holy crap, there's so many. We need Mia to be saying this, and I might move that speech bubble depending on how her panel turns out. You do? You live with 3 bears? Is your name Goldilocks? Is that your secret identity? And then we have, right, so we know what we're doing here. It's not here yet, but I will come back to this. And Brush Bomber is not currently in the stream, so I don't think that it's, I don't think it's that terrible if I just breeze past this one, because Brush Bomber's not here to see me draw her character anyway, so I'll just leave that till later, because we still have to figure out what to do down here. So we have our crab soldiers. Might leave myself a little note in the margin. Crab soldiers lining the path into the festivities. And we have this box down here, the mystery box. Dang, calling me out. Yeah, Pilfer, I know your secret. You're truthfully Goldilocks deep down under this facade that you have established, this entire other identity that you have created online. You truly are Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Alright, so for this then, we just have to figure out what goes here, and then we will pretty much be solid on this stream and this page, because we'll have a fully fleshed out plan. Because this one's going to be a landscape. Kingdom, like, we'll do castle landscape. I'll just put a note here. And this is going to be a beach landscape. So beach, castle, landscape, that's my note. I will look up a ton of references and try to do a really good job so that I can give you guys something really cool in the next stream when I reveal the finished page. But we still haven't figured out what to do with this spare box. We've got like a whole spare thing going on down here. Hey! Hello! How's it going, Sarah Clay? Welcome to the stream. We are trying to figure out, so these panels are they're pre-printed in this book. We are doing the Draw Comics book. See? Create Comics. And we have ourselves a story where these characters, all of them, all these little bobbing heads you see on this page that are not fully drawn, but they're marked. All of these characters are doing this processional toward the kingdom, where there is going to be a great bake-off, and this is a beach castle kingdom. So that will all get drawn here, but the problem we're running into, and that we're trying to figure out, and maybe you can help us with this, is what to do with this empty box down here, this one right here, because we have our characters basically establishing what are we going to do. Well, we're going to go to this bake-off, and the transitional panel here where they're actually going there. So now we've arrived. We don't know what to do with this box. We have this spare box down here, and so that's what we have to figure out before we wrap up this stream. We need to know, what are we putting here? And do we want it to be like, maybe it can be like a sign for the bake-off. Maybe it can be, so we have the soldiers, we have the castle, but what do we put here? Have someone pick up a crab? Like actually pick up the little guys? I wonder if we should do like, I don't know if I even could do it. I don't know if I'm skilled enough for this, but like do like a broken panel where like if the road continues here and we had like characters sort of walking along the road, like, does this make sense what I'm saying? Like having like actual figures here breaking the panel. Is the crab edible? Well, if you ask him, he would probably say no. If it depends on who you ask. I think that's the appropriate answer here. It depends on who you ask. You may get a different answer based on who's telling you what. So what if we did something like that? We haven't really done that before, like a broken panel, like a continuation of this one, as like you're coming up the road and you're seeing these characters sort of processing, like you see what they see here. Does that make sense? It might look cool, but it also might look funny. I don't know. Really be up here, so I'll let you guys answer that, think about that, or respond to that, because I know there's a little bit of delay on the stream from my real-time input and what you guys are getting. So I will come over here while I wait for that to catch up to you guys and put in just a little bit of extra floof for Lily being on her panel. She looks so angry. I might have to cuten her up a little bit before I put ink on it. But all of it will get refined like it always does. And then we have, I mean, I wish I could flash back and forth between the previous stream and what this looked like when I first drew the pencil marks in the stream compared to what it is now. A bright magical light leading to the beach landscape with the silhouette of the characters looking into it before revealing the next panel. Bright magical light leading to the beach landscape with the silhouette of the characters. So we could do that. We could make this a silhouette. So like, let's assume this means that they're completely silhouetted. We're only seeing like shadowy figures. We're not getting the detail, which honestly I'm all for, because that's gonna make my job so much easier. We just gotta make sure we like somehow create a sense of rim light. And then, and a light source. So maybe here at like, when I color this, I need to have like a gradient and everything gets brighter, yeah, as it comes towards this base here at the very end of the road. So like that could be our bright light source, and then these characters could all be silhouetted. Hi, by the way, I didn't even see who it was that said that. Hi, Tired Mellow, welcome to the stream. I think that's a really good idea, and I think that's going to be a very pretty illustration. I think it has the potential to be super cinematic. And then of course, that does lead really nicely into the full like landscape reveal of the kingdom here. So I think that makes so much sense. So honestly, I'm very satisfied with that transition and with that idea. So we'll continue with that. So we'll have our little sussy crab soldiers over here lining the way. We'll have our processional here of all of our established characters to transition to do that type, like time skippiness of them getting to where they're going and out of the forest. And then, of course, these top two panels too that we had already discussed, Lily B and Mia. I know Mia's not in here. I just kind of want like a cute little, like, how do I do just a whoop, little skipping pose? And we'll have like a, I don't know, skipping along somehow. not necessarily like that, but I promise you guys I will deliver. It will look nice. It just, I like to reference things so that I know that I'm putting body parts in the right places and things like that. So I will reference somebody skipping to get that correct. And then we'll have her just kind of like skipping along, and then they will all follow suit, and boom! We have made it to our next plot point, which is the Kingdom's Great Bake Off. And I think that honestly is so incredibly cohesive. Like, how did we even get here? We were just randomly coming up with stuff in a stream with whoever walks into the channel, and I think making a complete cohesive story out of that is wild. Like, that is so wild. Like, if you stop and really think about it, how did we get here? It's crazy, but it's really cool, and I'm really glad that you guys are doing this and that I get to draw what you come up with. So that's really super. We come up with this together. We've created a really cool story, and honestly, we complete the story, we do the whole bake-off and all of it. I will create PDF copies of this story, and I will upload them to the Discord so you guys can all have your own copy once it's finished of this. I mean, it's not print, it's not the book. I mean, you could print it if you wanted to, I suppose. But ultimately, once all of these are done, we get through the entire adventure. I don't know how many streams that'll take, but once we get there, yeah, I will absolutely make high-res quality copies of this, put it in a PDF, and send it over the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, let me go ahead and put my new Discord link here because I just started. Oh, did that work? Did I even drop a link? Huh. Nope, I didn't drop a link. Let me do that again. I will. How do I click that button again? Oh, I know why. Bear with me, I'm getting there. Alright, now we will do this. There's the Discord link. So now I will be able to invite you guys to join the Discord server, and we will be able to collaborate on even more things or share things that you might be doing individually, all your own unique personal projects, and be able to share that and get feedback from each other as a community. And I think that this will be really fun. And when this is done, like I was saying, I will of course create a PDF copy for everybody to have for free, obviously, because this is a collaborative effort. I don't want to take credit for other people's ideas and things, so we will definitely share that there for you so that everybody can take a piece home. It's Best Boy Mallow. I'm eating him, num num num. Oh no! Speaking of, do you like to use marshmallow, like the marshmallow fluff that you can put on your ice cream? Do you eat your ice cream with that marshmallow fluff? Because I know I do. It's so good. It's like one of the things that I can't put on my ice cream at home, at least that I know of, but definitely when I go out and get ice cream from like an ice cream parlor, I always go for the marshmallow topping. I think it is so tasty. It's so good. Alright, so I guess that kind of wraps us up for today. We have everything we need to prepare for next stream. And I used to put marshmallow fluff on strawberry, but I got sick after. Oof. I wouldn't know. I don't eat strawberries. It's the only thing I cannot eat because I'm allergic to them. So unfortunately, I have had to forego strawberry flavored things pretty much my whole life. Like no strawberry shortcake and no strawberry ice cream or strawberry anything that's made with real fruit that has strawberry in it. Thank you! Great stream. Looks really good. Thanks, I appreciate it. I know that this is a really, really rough draft for the next page, but I think we have enough here that I can put together the rest of it, and I will have it ready for you guys next stream. Next time we won't sit through like an entire hour of coloring, although I am glad that we did that this time so you guys can actually see what that process involves and like how long it actually takes to do that part. So now that we've established that, I won't put you through it again. I will just bring in the finished page for our new ideas, and then we will next stream make new characters, including Tony's new host character who's going to host this competition, and we will of course create a brand new page where we get into the kingdom and start creating all of our chaos there. Thank you, Sarai Clay. I appreciate it, and thank you all for being here. I really did have fun with you this stream. It's been a really good morning and a great start to a new weekend. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and if you have a holiday weekend, a great holiday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!